Today's gig is at a wedding, and here's why I like to leave early. You never know when you're going to run into something like this. When you see an ambulance, it's always a little scary. I hope everybody's okay. And look who I ran into. I was trying to beat him here, but no, he's literally one car in front of me. Dang it. And here's the location of the gig. It is a little bit out of Omaha, and it is called The Barn. And of course, the weather can't decide if it's hot or cold, so we got our jackets on. We don't really mess around. We have fun, but you can see we just got here and we're already working. Personally, I like to knock out all the hard work first and then hang out. Today we'll be running two systems. One is the full system that he normally runs with his lights and his RCF speakers, and then another smaller system for the actual wedding portion. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you have been around for a while, you'll know that Matt likes to put everything so it's very easy to unload and it takes a lot less time to hook up. So his speakers are already on this lift. They're all wired together, and even the light has power, I think? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, we'll find out, shoot. And sometimes with this rig, I like to prove that I'm a man and do it myself like a big boy. But it does slow us down, but honestly, I need to get better and more comfortable with it in case I have to unload it alone. It doesn't help that the wheels are almost exactly the width of the ramp. These are dual 18-inch subs. We're only going to need 2 of them tonight. It is a lot easier than rolling out 4 QSC subs, but I haven't budgeted to buy these yet, but I'm sure I will. And here we go, first look. I have never been in this venue before. Look at that. It's really nice, even on the entryway. Apparently, the celebration is upstairs, but thankfully they have an elevator. I have no idea how big it is, but we'll see how much gear we can fit in. Can we talk about how elevator rides are always awkward, even with your friends? It's like, what do you talk about in an elevator? How about that weather, huh? What do you say? Now comes the fun part, where I take this giant heavy thing and try not to destroy all this fancy stuff on the way inside. Look at this place. That's so nice. The jacket is off, I mean business. No, actually, you just get really warm once you start moving a bunch of stuff. It also doesn't help that a lot of times you have to take your equipment over a football field away from where you started. As we watch me walk really far, I'd like to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And everyone who has become a member or bought some of my gig guides. I really love seeing your comments and commenting back. That's stupid. What does that even mean? What I'm trying to say is I love the community that we are building here, and I appreciate you all so much. So the plan here is to move it all into this hallway so once it opens, we can quickly fill it up and then take it out. So, that weather, huh? Now, we just rinse and repeat. Get a little, what do they call that? Assembly line. There it is. Got it. First try. Didn't even have to think hard. Well, the drummer is the first one here to set up while we are building the sound system. So as you can see, Matt does have it running into the power of the RCFs, so it is powered, and it has the wireless dongle on it. While not quite as cool as the both lights that Nate uses, they are still pretty good. Did I sell that? Did that work? Do you feel like buying these? I'm sure the both ones are really good too. And this will be our battle station for the night. Again, like the speakers, these lights are pretty much set up. It's a totem with a light in the bottom and then his mover on the top. The only downside is I still have to hook up the wireless dongle, but I think he's gonna incorporate that shortly, or at least have it close so I don't have to go dig for it. I do have light manufacturers reach out to me once in a while to try their lights, but the biggest thing I want now is wireless and batteries. I know that wireless can have issues and batteries deteriorate over time, but some lights like the clutch groove tubes I just got, they have a battery that could be replaced that you can actually pick up from iDJ Now. We are pretty much set up now, so I want to check out up here. This is really nice up here also, and it gives you a really cool view of the whole venue. Look at that. This place has really gone the extra mile to decorate it and make it just look really warm and inviting. It's a very cool venue. Alright, we have another location to set up, so we are on our way back downstairs. Just telling Matt how he makes me look shorter on camera. There we go. That's better. To the truck I go. I need to grab a couple speakers and a couple speaker pulls. If I can figure out how to get them out of here. Dang, these are wedged in here. I don't want to ruin them because I spent so much time painting them. And before you say, you need a cart, I asked Matt if he had a cart. He did not, so I gotta just get my gym workout. It's okay though, because it's not like I have to walk 6 miles to where I need to put the speakers. Or do I? A cart would have been nice. It would have prevented a second trip back. But carts take up room. I guess some of them do fold down. Do you guys have one that folds down that you really like using? I'd love to check it out. So while I have a second, I'm gonna take a break from all that walking and carrying stuff. And whoa, why do these chairs always go back so far? There's a lot of cool artwork and this cow head. Oh man, what did that dairy cow ever do to you? Ooh, mints. So this is fun. Apparently, he has ones where the poles are just for his lights. That would have been really good information to have 10 minutes ago. All right, let's do this. Speaker pull, take 2. There we go, finally. Now I just gotta hook it up to some power, need a little extension. Since we're gonna be using a wireless mic, we're setting up some paddles. And the mic that he's using is actually coming out of this ULX40Q. And we're gonna run it with the M32C. And they wanted the speakers to be at the back of the room. One more addition that they wanted is they had a speaker that they want us to run sound to up here while people are dining up here so they can actually hear, which is obviously a good idea. They are using this Harbinger column array, and we weren't getting sound, so we busted out my tester, and this is kind of quiet, pretty cool. But clearly it was the speaker, and now we have sound, so we are good to go. So the setup tonight that'll be running the band is the M32 compact. The subs are dual 18 RCF 8008s. And the tops are gonna be the HDL10s. The wash lights will be provided by these movers here. And for front fills, we'll be using the Wash FX lights. To run them, we are going through this node and this wireless controller that'll be running through Luminair. Check out the condensation. This keyboard was in a case last night, but it still got condensation on it. That's crazy. Hopefully it still works okay. Now that the band has set up their microphones and their wireless gear, we are going back downstairs to use wireless workbench to make sure it won't make our mics cut out down here. Well, let's get this wedding started. There is a microphone on the strings, but it's mostly additive because it's loud enough in the room.
According to some people, but he doesn't listen to it, so to me that was just super cool.
Now I'm in charge while Matt heads upstairs. Aw, love. So as they start finishing up, I begin to do the teardown. While I'm taking up all the cords and everything that we just did, Matt will be upstairs making sure the band's all ready to go. From here, they're gonna take a little bit of time, take their photos, and then of course they'll head up for the meal. But until then, we just gotta get this cleaned up and the band checked. Luckily, there's this side door, so I don't have to walk all the way around again. And of course, I left it barely open. What a dummy. This is the last of it, and then I'll be heading upstairs to join the party. Well, since we're about to begin, let's check out their gear. The singer will be playing a keyboard. He has some fun effect pedals for his vocals, and he'll be using a Beta 58. The second lead singer will also be using a Beta 58. It will be testing this Phoenix Pro. I haven't used it before. Has anybody else used these pedals? Do they work good? Let me know. This is the bass player's pedal board, and he'll be going through this orange amp and cab. And here is his bass. And his microphone with the fancy dent in it. This is the guitar player's pedal board, and he'll be going through this amp, which has been put in timeout with the plexiglass. And before you say that's not how you mic an amp, we did get a stand for it. It just wasn't in this video. And he has a Beta 58 for vocals. He was using this in-ear system. I've never seen it. I don't know how good it works, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. And this is the drummer's kit. and it's always a good idea to use a drop snake in front of the drums. We'll be miking under the hi-hat, and then we'll be using this blurry mic underneath the ride. His toms will be mic'd by the good old Sennheiser 604s, and his snare I believe was a 57, but I did not get video, and he likes to use the Iron Cobra pedals. They also have this fun neon glow for their logo on the front of the drum, and they run into an Allen & Heath board for all their IEMs. Well, we're here, they're ready, let's get the show on the road. Here we are, another successful gig. It was an incredible venue. Of course, the band killed it. It's a great band. And we survived doing the actual ceremony. So we ate the food that was catered there, and it was by Parker Smokehouse. And I'm telling you, it's the best food I've had in a long time. Check it out if you happen to be in the area. Tonight's gig was a nice change of pace. I was able to walk around with the iPad and run lights from farther away. And the fact that the venue was so nice just made it a refreshing gig to do. I love a good old bar gig, but to keep your palate cleansed once in a while, it's nice to do a few of these. But with weddings comes extra stress of making it perfect. And also, I was brought on a little extra because we had an hour to get out, otherwise they would get charged a ridiculous amount of money. So that's why I was tearing down the other system, and then to help at the end of the night get all this stuff back into the elevators and out to the truck. Matt's system is pretty darn efficient. I can honestly say that mine is not. For teardown, it always takes me forever. It's something that I want to work on this year. I don't do a ton of gigs with my own rig, but I do love being efficient, because if you watched my how much to charge for sound video, the faster you are, the more money you make per hour. So if any of you guys have any tips that have really sped up your teardown process, absolutely let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them. I mean, obviously hiring somebody else would be wonderful, but a lot of times that's not in the budget. And that's all I gotta say about that. No? Nobody watched Forrest Gump? Am I alone here? One thing I like about reviewing my videos is that I get to watch all the times where the smallest thing will fight me, like this stupid ramp. And remember, kids, always, and I mean always, do an idiot check at the end of the night. I've saved hundreds of dollars finding cables, and I've found band instruments, and I've helped out other band members a lot. And look at Matt pretending like he's actually cleaning. Oh my gosh. Well, gang, that's the end of this gig. I know, I miss you already too. But good news, there'll be more gigs in the future. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you at the next gig.